Hi, everybody. Vinnie Brascia here with Simply Better Tennis. I'm with Mitch Bridge, and we are here today to talk about the BNP Paribas Open. Starts next week.
Indian
Wells, right in our backyard. It is just a great event. It's my favorite event. How about you?
I love it. It's close by for us, which helps. The weather's amazing. All the best players play. It really is it's a big tournament outside of the majors. It's one of the biggest tournaments. So it's great. They really go after it. Start the year well. It's a big deal for them, big deal for us. So it's awesome.
It is huge. And you mentioned outside of the majors. That's my question. I feel like it's the fifth slam, and there's a big part of me that wishes it became a slam, because I'm going out next Wednesday, and I'll be out there for a couple of days. It's going to be in the 80s, and all the players will be there, because the gals start kind of Wednesday, Thursday with their first rounds. The top seeds get a bye. The guys start Thursday, Friday, Wednesday, Thursday, and the top guys get a bye. So it's a little longer than a week-long tournament, whereas a slam is, obviously 2 weeks. But how could this become a fifth slam? Is there ever a chance that could happen?
Well, I think the year-end championships will have a chance to become a slam before Indian Wells, but they play it like a slam. Who knows what the future of tennis is? I mean, it would be great if they had 10 or 12 mega events.
Right.
That's a whole different topic, but if a tournament has a chance to do that, Indian Wells does. They do an amazing job. The venue is incredible. Every year you're going into a new stadium or experiencing the growth of the tournament physically as well. But the big thing is the players are pumped up for this event. You're going to get 100% effort, and guys are trying to get their year started off well. We've got the French Open to look forward to as the next major, and this is kind of the start of that season.
Right. And that's something really important, too. You touched on the game, but before that you touched on just how the facility is just always evolving. And Larry Ellison, the chairman of Oracle, owns the tournament and has put in just tons of money. And what's great, if you're not from around here, even if you are from around here and you haven't been out yet, you've got to go to this tournament. It's a must-watch. It's in my opinion, it's the most fan-friendly of all the big tournaments out there. I mean, more so than the majors, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it's amazing how you can go to this very large tournament with so many fans, thousands and thousands of fans, and yet you still feel intimate. You can go to the practice sessions, get close to players. Though they're practicing a lot still because they're coming back into another 6-week cycle, essentially, this part of their year. And so they're practicing a lot, getting used to slower courts. Indian Wells has tremendously slow hard courts, very gritty, very sandy, to promote rallies more, to help with the clay court season. Essentially, the speed of the ball is quite the same.
Right. Yeah, that's one of my favorite things is when you go to Indian Wells. If you've never been there, you walk in kind of a pathway or a concourse that leads by all these practice courts, and it's always, they have a few marquee practice courts where the big names go because there's just tons of seating. I wish there was more because it fills up to the gills whenever one of the big names is there. But on those outside courts, I remember last year walking up and there's Stan Wawrinka. He's on an outer court. There's maybe a couple dozen fans watching him, and you can just camp out right on the baseline in a nice chair and just watch that guy hit for 20, 30 minutes, whatever it is. And it's just great. You just being that close to the top players. I don't think any other tournament really gives you that easy of an opportunity to see the pros up close like that.
Right. I love walking in and having the guys playing soccer on the soccer field.
That's true.
As you walk in, you just go over and watch guys, especially the French guys, are playing soccer. Because everyone's still in kind of a big training mode. In spite of just playing the tournament, they're not just playing and resting, they're playing and building their games. I like that, and I like watching. If you stay away from the 3 or 4 most popular guys and the 3 or 4 most popular girls, you go to a court and it's the person's ranked 12 in the world training with their coach, and it's just an incredible way to view.
A lot to learn. What's probably aside from the guys playing soccer, what's one of your favorite things to do down there when you go and watch? Something that the folks out there could maybe use when they make their visit out there next week.
Well, I like to move around. I like to watch for half a set, a full set at the most, maybe 15 or 20 minutes, and just look at one side of the court
Mm-hmm.
and really watch what someone does just by watching their half of the court.
Mm-hmm.
You can learn how deep do they play, what are they trying to do, are they trying to attack, are they trying to look for a put away ball, forehand, or whatever, and I just like study them.
Yeah.
I love doing that.
That's a great tip. I know for me and for my family, we like going to the outer courts because those first few days of the tournament, like I said, we go out next week, which is the first weekend. There's some pretty good matches on those outer courts, a lot of doubles, and you can sit, I mean, front row in a nice, comfortable chair in the shade, and I mean, see world-class players that are, you know, from me to the camera away from you playing points, and that's what I like to do. That's kind of my favorite thing, is to do some of that stuff. Tips for the fans. What would you recommend as far as someone that's going out there?
Well, I think it's hard not to play. It depends how long you're going out there. If you're going out there for a day or two, you don't need to play. If you're going out there for longer, you should try to play, or even get in some clinics. You can get in clinics at the club itself, or different programs run camps during the tournament. I think you have to play if you're going to watch that much tennis.
Mm-hmm. That's a great tip. Yeah, I think that's a really good tip there too. The food is amazing out there, whether it's the walk-up
The lemonade.
The lemonade is a big hit out there at the BNP Paribas. So, any predictions? Guys' side, women's side.
Any tournament Serena plays, she's the person to beat.
Always gutsy and bold with your predictions, Mitch. I like that.
I'm going out on the limb there.
Yes,
for sure. But the guys' side, the Australian Open is prepped this year to be an incredible year on the guys' side.
Absolutely.
You're trying on the girls' side, you're seeing how many titles Serena can win. On the guys' side, you've got Djokovic trying to get back on top of the earth. Andy is trying to maintain his position and win more slams. Fed's back. Nadal's maybe the favorite to win the French again. Who would have thought that?
Mm-hmm.
Stan can beat anybody, especially in the finals. I mean, Del Potro is a great player who could win a major this year. He'll be very tough at Indian Wells with that fast air and slow court. So it's incredible just watching men's tennis this year and see what's going to happen.
Absolutely. I'm taking Rafa to win, by the way. That's my little pick. I'll tell you another thing that's great about the tournament, if you get a chance to get out there, is not always, but most of the top players who really don't play doubles throughout the year, oftentimes they play doubles at Indian Wells. Very much so during Olympic years. I know that to be the case. Everybody played doubles last year. I hope it's the case again this year. So make sure you get out and check that out if you can too. It's really neat to see the top singles players on the doubles court and how they do out there. So that's what we think. We want to know what you think about the BNP Paribas Open. Please post your comments down below. We love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. And for Mitch, I'm Vinnie, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys.